I want to talk a little bit today about stencils. We have our own line of designer stencils. I want to talk about products to use, tools to use, and a little bit about stencils altogether. This is the tool set that I love to use. It's very economical too, the price. I also have jars to keep um, embossing paste that I've added glitter and whatnot to, and I didn't want to throw away the excess. One of my favorite products to use with stencils is embossing paste. There are many different kinds of embossing paste. There's white, there's clear, there's matte, there's glossy, silver, gold, black. Um, for the demonstration here, I'm using translucent matte embossing paste. So when it dries, it has a matte finish instead of a glossy finish. So I put a little bit of the embossing paste in a jar and I added some glitter to it, and now I'm just mixing it up. So once you mix it up and you use it on your card, the embossing paste will dry clear, but it will have a 3D effect, and then you'll have the bits of glitter in it too. So I am going to use our birthday dots stencil and the embossing paste with glitter I just mixed up. I have a jar of embossing paste with glitter that I mixed up a good month ago, and it is still usable. So once you mix this up and you put it in the jar, it's good for a long time. So as you can see, the raised dots on the paper, and they kind of look whitish right now. That will, once it dries, it will be clear. And I have found it takes about an hour for it to dry thoroughly. I have tried drying them with a heat gun, but then my paper becomes disformed and I didn't like it. So I just let them sit out. Usually I let them dry overnight. I'll make it the night ahead and then I'll let it sit out and dry overnight, and then I can use it the next day. Now, on to my favorite thing to do with the stencils is using Stencils glitter glue. What I do is I will take it straight from the bottle right onto the stencil and use my spatula tool to spread it all out evenly. Now I have found with the stickles that you have to go over it quite a bit to make sure you get all the holes filled up, because as you're going back and forth over it, it will pull some up out of areas that you got it in. So this is what it looks like after you've used the glitter glue. And again, that takes a good hour. I usually leave it overnight and then come back the next day. And then I'm going to show you how to use just one design out of the stencil. So I'm going to use this butterfly, and I have a little bit of the Stencils glitter glue left on my tool, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in just that little spot there with the glitter glue. Now, as you can see, it does take a little bit longer to get it to fill in right, because the glue will pull itself back off as you're trying to fill it in. So here's what it looks like with just one done. Now, on to using ink with the stencils. I prefer to use the Stencils blending tool. It gets down into the little cracks and it fills in really nicely. Very easy to use. So see, it looks beautiful how it filled in. And then I decided to use the glitter orange embossing paste and go right over top of that to show you how you can layer your stencils on your paper so that you can make your own pattern paper or any other kind of thing for your card making, so you no longer have to rely on just regular pattern paper. You can now create your own. Now, here's a card I made where I layered the stencil right over pattern paper. And then this one just used the tiny hearts around the outer edge of the card. And on this card, I used the stencil to create a pattern paper look. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you learned something about stencils.